All right, Shalom. First off, want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekah HaKodash. Double honors due to the apostles, the bishops, the elders of Great Millstone, and peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect. This is the brother Yeshaya, and this you know video is gonna be about the dude right here, Nino Brown. Excuse the antics. I'm not gonna play all of the video, but um he does have a little bit of knowledge to him, man. When you look past the antics, just like with certain YouTube personalities like Charleston White, and you get down to what they're saying, they're usually on point with it. I mean, not on point all the way, but they'll have some valid points. And this one right here is a very valid point about the STD rates are getting out of control. Okay, there's pestilence everywhere, man. So this is the Lord. Okay, and this is the cause of this wicked and adulterous generation. Okay, not keeping their stuff in their pants. You want to hit everybody, hit every chick, bounce on every what a dick, whatever. And man, that's not it, man. All right, and this is the cause of the outbreak of these STDs. So without further ado, here we go.
Something. What? Y'all done went out there to Houston, to the H, with that goddamn income tax money. And that goddamn mushroom tip got the mushroom tip all out. But you ain't no wheels. You done came back home with that shit. It's been reported that over 42,000 people have been affected with some serious STD. Y'all better go out there to the clinic right now. And with that Obamacare, you know we got Obamacare. Go with Obamacare to the clinic right now and get checked out. Check this out.
Roughly 3 million people went out to Houston for spring break. A bunch of those people had unprotected sex. A bunch of those people contracted HIV, chlamydia, gonorrhea, syphilis. Syphilis rates are up 79%. A bunch of those.
And this is not medical information. I'm not a doctor. I barely went to college, so I don't know what I'm talking about. Allegedly, this this is not medical information.
People will go home thinking that they got out safe. They're clean. They will think that for months or even years. They won't get tested thinking that they have nothing. They'll have 2, 3, 9 or 10 partners. And those people will have 2, 3, 9 or 10 partners. And those people will go on to have 2, 3, 9 or 10 partners. Suddenly there's hundreds of thousands of people with HIV, syphilis, chlamydia, gonorrhea. America is about to experience a full-blown STD epidemic. You deserve to have fun. You deserve to explore the field. You deserve to explore yourself and your desires. But the more active you are, the more responsible you are. You have to go get tested. You have to have that awkward my chart conversation, and you have to verify that it's true. Because now people are editing their my charts. Starting this past week, every time you scratch that itch, you are running the risk of being the next person with AIDS. If your partner went to Houston this past week, go get tested. If you plan on hooking up with someone in the upcoming weeks, ask for their my chart. It goes for everyone, every gender, male or female. We are all human, and we all need to be taking care of the one body that the universe gave us.
What? Y'all like
The universe didn't give you shit. Yahweh, Yahushua gave us all our bodies. But yeah, man, it's getting crazy out here. It's getting real scary out here, and it's best if brothers don't have anything, don't go looking for box, because that's how you end up in certain situations, man. Going around looking for box. You're just focused on the word, focused on Yahweh, Bashem, Yahushua, and he'll throw you a bone every now and then, man. And I'm not gonna say I'm the one that always been following that, but I'm learning, and I'm getting control over my lust, that lust demon, man. Okay. I can turn down a woman, or turn down an eye contact, and know a woman want me to talk to her or whatever, and I'll just be like, not today, or you know what I'm saying? But just, you got to fight that lust demon, man, and we all deal with it, man. This is a lustful world. You got corn, you got all of these things that we've been going through and been introduced to, and been raised off on, that has been really rewired our brains to where we're always thinking sexually. You know,
buying all that goddamn cat. That cat got the goddamn mange. Got the drip. Done came back with the itch and that NBA young boy bumps all around your goddamn lip and some more shit that you can't get rid of. Y'all should have known that Houston is the sickest city in the U.S. Ain't nobody sicker than Houston. Houston sicker than Atlanta. But y'all want to run down there to the rodeo show. And now you done came back home and stuck that sick, infested mushroom tip in your old lady. Now both y'all legs burning. Cause you want to be outside slanging TIP.
see, and if you just stay at home, all right. I mean, of course, there's nothing wrong with having multiple women, but all of these women ain't worth it, man. Okay, most of these women ain't worth it, man. The juice ain't worth the squeeze when you get down to knowing her and how filthy she is, and you know her attitude. It's not even worth it. All right, brother. So if you don't have a woman, man, it's cool. Pray to the Lord that you can contain that fire, because I know how it is. All right, I know how that fire is, but it's not the time to be, just smacking anything, man. Okay, we gotta have discretion. Okay, and I understand this because I'm an older cat. I'm an older Jake, not too old, still a young man, but upper 30s, and just lived a lot of life, man. And and then and first and foremost, tying it in with the scriptures and making it all make sense. All right. So without further ado, like I said, let me go to the scriptures. All right. Not now. This is Isaiah 32:4, and it reads, "The heart." Oh, Salakia. Actually, that's not what I wanted. Let me get Matthew 16:4, and it reads, "A wicked and adulterous generation seeketh after a sign, and there shall be no sign given unto it but the sign of prophet Jonas, and he left them and departed." Now, this goes into something else, but the lower level of it is there. This is a wicked and adulterous generation, man. All right, these women, they don't have any type of discretion. They will, they'll get mad and they'll cheat on you. You can be doing everything for a woman, man. You can be giving her a good ride. You can be providing for her, but that Eve, man, that spirit of Eve and them curses are still in her, man. So you gotta watch her. You gotta watch her, especially on these girl trips, man. They be going on these girl trips, man. That ain't nothing but adultery. That's bread, okay? Bread adultery. All right. Let me see. It is Isaiah 13:4. 11. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, you careless ones. Strip you and make you bare and gird sackcloth upon your loins. So, you women, y'all are complacent. Y'all just ready to bounce from, rod to rod. Okay. And without any type of, discretion, man. Okay. And the Lord is done with that, man. All right. The Lord, He's requiring something more of us, you know? And it's coming a time where people are just gonna start getting judged, man. Okay, you can't get mad about it. You can't, these women they dug their own graves, man. Okay, they had the prophets out here, and they had their intuition because the Lord has a certain level of decorum that He puts in every Israelite, man. All right. Proverbs 30:20, such is the way of an adulterous woman. She eateth and wipeth her mouth and saith, I have done no wickedness. And that's them girls that's coming off them dang on girl trips. Okay. Done went and did all type of abomination to, who, what, and whatever, Tom, Dick, and Harry. You know what I'm saying? Or Daquan, Daquan, Marquell, and goddamn Day Day. No, Day Day is Daquan, but whatever, man. Ricky, whatever. A black name. Insert black name, right? Insert nigga name. And just come back to you. And she know that she did so foul that she gonna treat you so good. you ain't gonna think nothing of it, all right? Because she know in her heart that she did wrong, man. But she and women are very, very scandalous, man. You gotta watch these women because they can be doing something. If you're not paying attention, then hey, you're gonna get got. First Timothy 3:2. A bishop then must be blameless, the husband of one wife, vigilant, sober, of good behavior, given to hospitality, apt to teach. And the reason I brought this one out because um now you could have more than one wife. Okay, that's not unless you know your title is a bishop, but we're rehearsing the righteous acts. All right. So but you can have more than one woman, all right, as going into the scriptures. If but it's not the time right now, man, is what I'm trying to say. This is not the time to be having multiple women because first and foremost, you don't have enough finances to I mean, if you do, then that's cool. But I mean, if you have enough finances to deal with women and you have the dexterity and all that, then that's cool. But for most brothers, that's not the case. All right. For like 98% of brothers, and it's true, probably 99, that's not the case. Okay. Some brothers just need, no woman or one woman. So you can focus on your what? Your true woman, which is Sophia, the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, right? Now, this is the last one because I just wanted to clear this up because the reason I brought this one out is because it's not a commandment to have just one wife or no wife, but from the spiritual speakings of Paul. Okay, we take this from here. First Corinthians 7:7. For I would that all men would even as myself, but every man hath his proper gift from the Most High, one after this manner, and another after that. I say therefore to the unmarried and widows, it is good for them to abide as if I. But if they cannot contain, let them marry, for it is better to marry than to burn. So, if you can't control it, get you a wife, get you a woman, just so you don't go around, just feeding it to everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how this outbreak is happening, man. All right. People's just, so careless. They're having, unprotected sex, you know, and then having multiple partners, even in a night, maybe. So just a whole cocktail of like diseases is just floating around, man. All right. And you just pray to the Lord that you stay away from this wickedness, man, and that He keeps you, keeps your fire contained. And that by that fire, I mean the lust that Paul talked about. So I'm gonna end it with that, Lord. When it was edifying, want to give our praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakah Hakwadash. Double honors due to the apostles, the bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace, blessings, and safety to the Lord's elect. Shalom.